Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. So today it is like midnight right now, and this is the only time that I've been in this right mood to like be able to even film this because I am so angry. So yeah, basically I'm gonna tell you guys a story of how my hair got burnt off. This happened about a week and a half ago. And yeah, it was really traumatic. So first of all, this is not clickbait. Let me just state that my hair actually did get burnt off. That's why it's short, and I've been trying to grow it out. That's why it's not long. It's short because it has to be, and I hate how it looks, but that's besides the point. So if you don't know me, hi, my name is Dipti. Welcome to my channel. If you want to request any videos, just comment. Please subscribe, and follow me on Instagram, because that's where I pretty much post, like, every other day, and that's where you stay the most up-to-date with my life. I also don't use, like, Snapchat or anything, so, like, my Instagram story has everything on it. So, yeah, that's who I am. So let's basically get on with the video. So first of all, a few things to know. Let's go over some hair history here. So about 2 years ago, I got a full-on pixie cut. Like one day I just woke up and I was super angry and I was like, you know what, I'm going to cut my hair because I'm angry and I just wanted to be edgy. I don't really know. So I basically got a pixie cut. So my hair was like boy short level, like legitimate pixie cut. And so that was 2 years ago. And ever since then, I've basically been trying to grow it out. And my hair has been silver, it's been purple, so it's been dyed a few times, but my hair is really strong and really healthy and thick. So, like, I know what my hair can handle, and I don't, like, it doesn't feel like straw. Like, I bleach it not that often, and I wait long enough, and I use deep conditioner, and I do all the right things. So fast forward to now, I'm on break from college, and I'm thinking, I want to grow my hair out. My hair is long enough. Let's try to do something new with it. So my hair was probably about to here, maybe like somewhere like here, maybe a little bit longer. And so I was like, you know what? I'm going to get a balayage because I already had like this brown color that's going on. And I was like, I'm just going to try to blend it all together. So I wanted to get my roots done a little bit and just get like a nice balayage. So, and it was also near Christmas time, so I wanted to get this done before my Christmas party. So I called a salon. I called a few salons and most of them were booked up, but I ended up finding an appointment at this one salon. So, and it was like 2 days from when I called, and it was in the morning and it was before my Christmas party, so it was great. So I ended up going to that salon, and then I walk in. First of all, let me just say it was really unprofessional because there were people sitting there, like staff members sitting there just eating their food like out in the open, not even going into the back room, not going into the employee room. And I just find that really unsanitary, especially because there's hair all over the place and there are like chemicals and things and they're just sitting there eating. Like that's disgusting and not really clean. So that was the first indication that like I was confused as to why they were doing that. Also, there was nobody else in that salon. So I was wondering why I was the only person there. Like, yes, it was the morning, but, like, all the other salons were completely booked and had no appointments available. But this salon did, so I was like, okay, I guess I'll just go. So I ended up going to that salon, and then I get to the chair, I sit down in the chair with a stylist, and then I show her pictures of what I want, and she was like, oh, I don't do balayage. And I was like, excuse me, like, what are you talking about? Like, when I called the salon on the phone, I said that I wasn't sure if I was looking at balayage or highlights, but something like that, and they booked me with somebody that didn't do balayage. So I woke up early in the morning, went to this hair place, drove all the way out there, and finally figure out that they don't even do balayage. So I left after like 2 minutes because she was like, I can't do this, and I was like, okay. And apparently they had no other stylist available or anything, and they didn't have any other appointments or anything to offer me before like my Christmas party, despite the fact that they're the ones that like screwed up. So I was like, okay, great. So that was the first thing that went wrong. And only me. Like, I feel like these kind of crazy things, like if you guys have watched my other story time video about sleeping in the airport, you know that these kind of crazy things I feel like only happen to me. So that happened. So then I went and sat in my car in the parking lot there, and I was calling like 6 or 7 more salons, and every single salon was booked, including the salon that I normally go to, which maybe it's my fault. Maybe I should have booked it ahead of time, but whatever. So I ended up finding this one salon, and I booked it there. So fast forward to like 4 days from now when I actually get the appointment at this new salon after the first salon was a fail. I went to the new salon and I sat down and I asked my stylist a few questions. So I was like, first of all, you've done this before, right? And she goes, yeah, I'm balayage certified. I've done this before. And she showed me her Instagram, and she like went to school specifically for balayage, so she knows what she's doing. And I asked her multiple times, I was like, you can do this, this will look good, right? Like, I was already nervous because I already had to switch salons. And she was like, yes, I can do this, it'll turn out good, I'm certified. So I was like, okay. So she's putting bleach on my hair and like going through the balayage process. Meanwhile, aside from this, there's this old white lady sitting across from me, and she starts talking, and so she was talking to me about teaching because I'm a music education major, so we were like kind of talking about that because she's a retired teacher, and then she starts making all these homophobic comments because she was talking to her stylist that was doing her hair, and she was like, oh yeah, throwing a Christmas party, but there's family dissent because this guy turned out to be a homosexual. And then she started going on this whole Jesus rant. So meanwhile, it's not like I can leave. I'm very liberal and I'm very accepting. So clearly, like, people that are homophobic, I can't deal with that. But it's not like I could even get up and leave because I was sitting in this chair and this woman is like bleaching my hair. So I was just sitting there listening to her being homophobic the whole time. But that's besides the point. So that was like the first thing that went wrong. And then my hair was completely bleached, and then we go to the sink to wash it out. So she starts washing it out, but halfway through her washing out, she just stops and, like, leaves me in the sink. And I was like, okay, I figured she just had to go get more product or something like that. And meanwhile, let me tell you, while she was bleaching my hair, my eyes were, like, watering a little bit, which I found a little bit unusual, because I know bleach is strong, but, like, around my face especially, I felt like it was really, like, intense, but I just thought, whatever, that just must be normal. So anyway, I'm sitting at the sink, and this woman, she stops halfway through, and she walks away, and she was like, oh, your hair is really dry, hold on, I'll be right back. So I thought she was getting more product to do some treatments or something like that. So then she goes into the back for like 20 minutes and doesn't come out. So I'm just sitting in the sink wondering what's going on, and I was like feeling really uncomfortable at this point because I was like, my neck was hurting because I was like in that like salon sink, and I'm wondering, why did this woman walk away for 20 minutes into the back? So she comes back and she puts like 6 different hair treatments on my hair, and I thought she was going to charge me for all of this, so I was just wondering why she was doing this. But she was like, oh, your hair needs this right now, it's really weak. So I'm like, okay. She puts like 6 different treatments, like different like protein treatments and Olaplex and stuff in my hair, and she put a toner in my hair too, and she was like, oh, like the color, I want to get the color just right. So she goes back, I'm assuming she's mixing a new toner because maybe the color needed to be a little bit lighter, a little bit darker. And then she comes back, and this woman looks like she's been crying, so I'm like wondering what's going on. And then the manager comes over and starts looking at my hair, and then another salon, like, expert stylist comes over and looks at my hair, and then my stylist person was like, oh, I'm just, like, asking these people to make sure I get the color just right, blah, blah, blah. So I had 3 people right now looking at my hair, and 3 different people standing around the same sink putting product in my hair. So at this point, I was really concerned because I was like, why do they keep walking away and coming back? I don't understand what's happening. And then all 3 of them leave and go to the back to, like, discuss formulas or whatever. At least that's what I thought. And then they come back, the manager sits down in the chair next to me, and my stylist looks like she's clearly been crying. And then the manager goes, your hair is falling out. And I flipped out. I mean, internally I flipped out. I should have probably reacted more in person, but I was like, okay, like, what's happening? And then my stylist holds up a chunk of my hair out of the sink. Like, she, like, pulls it out of the sink and holds it up to my face, and she's like, your hair is falling out. First of all, let me tell you, if somebody's hair is fucking falling out in a sink, excuse my language, I'm sorry, I'm so angry. If somebody's hair is falling out in a sink, you don't take it and show it to them. You don't show it to the person that's freaking out. And then the woman, the manager person, the person that owns the salon is like, I'm so sorry, your hair is falling out, we have to cut it. And at this point, I was like, what the fuck is going on? I came here because I'm trying to grow out my hair. I wanted a nice balayage, and you're telling me my hair is falling out in the sink? And then my stylist looked like she'd been crying, and she was like, I'm sorry, like, I don't know what happened, like, I messed up. And then she was like, my manager told me that I should have asked your hair history before because I mixed the bleach too strong. So she literally admitted that because she mixed the bleach too strong in my hair and left it on for so long, that she had chemically burnt off my hair. So at this point, my hair was coming out in chunks in the sink, and I was sitting there for like 2 hours longer than I should have been with all those stupid treatments on my hair because apparently they were trying to revive my hair and nothing worked. And moreover, she was talking about giving me a pixie, like giving me a pixie again, like taking my hair and making it like this short. And all this part that you see right here, she quote unquote dyed and put toner in. This is the same color as what I walked in with. So clearly none of the toner or anything worked. And then she ended up taking out all of my hair. And at this point, she was like, Like, she left me alone to, like, deal with it, because I was, like, really, really upset, and I was, like, texting my best friend and, like, my mom, and I was, like, freaking out. I was like, what the fuck, man? My hair's gonna look horrible. And, like, you would think that I would be outwardly reacting, but I surprisingly wasn't, but I honestly was, like, freaking out internally, because I was like, okay, how's this gonna look? My hair is falling out. Like, how much fallout are we talking here? What's going on? And then she comes back and sits down, and at this point, I'm just really done, because I had gone through so much already. And, like, I've been trying to grow my hair out for such a long time, and then she completely messed it up. And, like, it looks okay now, but it's been, like, 3 weeks, and I've been taking Hairfinity. It's been, no, it's been, like, 1.5 weeks, and I've been taking Hairfinity every day and putting oil in it. But when I tell you that it looked like burnt off straw, like, it looked so, so bad. And then this woman is like, I understand if you're mad at me, it was my fault. And then I don't know how I did this, guys. Maybe it's, like, spirituality or, like, crystal meditation, but I was, like, completely calm, and, like, word for word, I was like, it is your fault, but I've been getting really spiritual lately, and there's no point in me spreading negativity, so let's just move forward. Like, let me tell you, it took me so much to say that. Like, I don't even know how, like, I had it in myself to say that and not yell at her, because inside I was so angry, because my hair was literally got chemically burnt off because she messed up, and she admitted that she messed up and completely ruined my hair, like, totally. Like, she completely messed it up, and I don't know how I didn't yell at her, but somehow that happened. So eventually she takes me to the sink and she starts just cutting. And she was like, I have to put layers in your hair. And I was like, okay. And the worst part was while she was cutting my hair, she was asking me all these questions. Like, oh, do you want bangs? Do you want this? Do you want that? Like, she was trying to make a conversation with me and, like, talking to me about, like, the holidays and stuff. And I was like, bitch, do you really think that I want to talk right now? Like, she's cutting off all of my hair. I'm looking in the mirror, and every time I look in the mirror, I just feel like crying. So I was, like, looking down the whole time, and she was, like, asking me all these questions as if it was gonna be okay. And if you can see here, like, it's all different lengths. Like, it's not even right. Like, I didn't want layers, and, like, this part is thinner than this part, and it just looks like it was so messed up. So I was just really, really upset at that point. So she says that she's not going to charge me, which she better not have, because if she tried to charge me, I would have literally complained to the Better Business Bureau, and, like, I would have walked out of there without paying. So after she does all this, and the worst part, oh, girl, at the end, as if she couldn't make it any worse, she starts blowing out my hair, and instead of blowing it out mildly straight, she starts blowing it out curved in, like how old ladies get it. She starts blowing it out with my hair curved into my head. So my hair got chemically burnt off, and then she's blowing it out, trying to make conversation with me, making me look like an old lady. And so when I got to the front, I just, like, walked out, and I went and sat in my car, and that whole time, I don't know how I was so calm, but when I sat in my car, I kid you not, I just broke down. Like, I cried for, like, a good, like, half hour, and then I had to go pick up my brother, so I was crying while I was driving. I sat in the parking lot where I was supposed to pick up my brother for 15 minutes, and then I texted him saying I was here. And then he sat in the car, and he was like, because he was in the group chat that I was texting and freaking out about, and he was like, do you want to talk about it? And I was like, no. Like, I had no words. Like, I was just crying the entire way home, because I can't believe that this woman burnt off my hair because it was her fault and her mistake. So, like, as it is, I went to the first salon, and they didn't have a balayage person. I, like, had to call 12 different salons total, maybe more, to get an appointment before my Christmas party, and I was nervous because I never host anything, and I was throwing a Christmas party and inviting everybody that I knew from my old high school. So I was inviting a bunch of people that I hadn't seen in a long time. I was really worried about how I looked. And then instead of getting a nice balayage after trying to grow my hair out from a pixie for 2 years, my hair went from here to here because it was falling out in the sink. And when she was cutting it, you should have seen it. It was, like, all over the ground, and it felt horrible. And when I walked out of there, it was horrible. And, like, ever since then, I've just been taking Hairfinity, which are, like, hair growth vitamins. I'll let you know how those go later. But I've been taking Hairfinity and just oiling my hair. But I'm still not over it. Like, it's been like a week and a half, and you would think that I would feel less bad about it, but I still think it makes my face look like an egg, and it looks horrible. And, yeah. It's just, I don't even know what else to say. This is basically just one of those situations where I can be like, only me. Like, only I have to sleep in an airport overnight. Only I get my hair fucking, like, chemically burnt off by some crazy person at a salon. And, yeah, I don't even want to go to a hair salon ever again, because I've had all horrible experiences. So, if you guys know any salons that are semi-decent in New York or central New Jersey, let me know, because I don't know what I'm going to do. And yeah, basically, that's how my hair got burnt off. Okay, so that ended on a kind of, like, sad note, but thanks for watching. Thanks for listening to me rant and making it this far. If you guys like to hear storytime videos or like to hear about my life tragedies, let me know. Yeah, let me know in the comments what you think. I'll probably make an update video when my hair grows out some more. I mean, I can obviously try to pull off any hairstyle, like I'm trying my best to make it work, but overall, I just had a really horrible experience and my hair got burned off. So, yeah, bye. Thanks for watching.